Hello everyone, welcome to another Hour of Devastation draft. Hopefully this one's a little bit less outrageous than our last one. We're going to start with a steward, if you were, not a seward. The Sewer of Solidarity, because if you're in the sewer, you're going to be alone too. It's kind of strange this card is called the Steward of Solidarity when he makes friends. In fact, he's so lonely, he creates his own friends. And then he becomes the steward of non-solidarity. So there's that. I should stop talking. Other picks here would be Overcome, but you've seen me draft Overcome enough. Merciless Eternal is pretty okay. Sandblast is not as good as a steward. Spellweaver Eternal is probably the best blue card in the pack. None of these black cards are exciting. Blur Blades is the only red card in the pack. This is a weird pack. Vizier of the True is an excellent follow-up to the Steward. Very powerful card. Next powerful card is Open Fire, and then there's also the Overcome. Keep in mind that we did open in the first two packs there were two Overcomes, so it's actually possible that one of them comes around. One of them overcomes around, especially since we're passing things like Open Fire. They might try and be a little bit more red. It's unlikely, but then again, people are a lot more down in Overcome. What I feel like it is people at the beginning were higher on Overcome than I was, but I was still high on Overcome, and now people are realizing that Overcome isn't, like, it's not overrun, but so they're downgrading it, but I still think now, basically, like, I feel like this sentence just is going to get edited out. Basically, people, I think, started a little bit higher on Overcome than I was. I was still high on Overcome. Now I think that people are lower on Overcome, which is correct, but I still think Overcome is a very powerful card, so now I feel like I am higher on Overcome than people are. This is a really difficult pick, as there are three good blue cards, which kind of makes us want to go blue. There's also this Appeal to Authority, which is excellent, and that's what we're going to be taking here. It also goes great with our first two picks, because it's white. Other than that, we probably would be between the Unsummon or the Aerial Guide here. But we can let the people to our left fight over that, and then maybe we get one of those Overcomes back if we end up green-white, which is where Overcome really shines. And then it'll just be yet another draft where I draft Overcome. We'll take it. Ooh. We take the Tenacious Hunter here. It's between the Hunter and the Aven, and the Hunter just has... there's also a little bit of save for the Ritualist as well. But the Hunter just has a lot more upside on it. 4-mana 4/4 is just very solid. If you're able to get the -1/-1 counter somewhere, that's great. If not, it still is fine. Good stats for a good card. And seeing it late shows us... Seeing that late game past the Overcome and game past the Appeal shows that green might be nice for our second color. We are not seeing much... Yeah, we're just not seeing much. Alright. Another Appeal to Authority. Yep, we're just going to snap that on up. The second Appeal to Authority is better than just like a random Walla. Sandblast would be the next closest pick for it, but it's just very powerful. And then there's nothing for us. I'll probably just take this Encampment. Gift of Strength is okay. With the two Appeal to Authorities, we kind of want our deck just be full of creatures and not so much tricks. The Wall, I've come to realize, is pretty decent, but not necessarily in your Appeal to Authority deck. Make your Wall huge and then non-attack with it. Could take Scavenger Ground because it sees sideboard play in Standard, which is always an option. But I think we're just going to pick up the Survivor's Encampment. Poor man's Desert, but it does all the same. Ooh, here's between Desert of the Indomitable, Solitary Camel, which is actually quite solid as well, Sharpshooters, and Hippo. Like, these are all cards that we wouldn't mind in our deck. I think it's really between the desert and the camel. The camel, just because currently we have nothing for 3 drops. It's a solid 3 drop. We already have 1 desert for it. Or if we pick up the desert here, it's just another thing that we're drafting that's going to make our deck regardless. I think I'm going to take the desert here. I think this is a higher impact 3 drop. I'd be happier with it. I'll take the desert here. Here we'll take, once again, another just like medium 3 drop that gives us upside with our desert. And the reason why before I wanted the 3 drop over the 5 drop, even though some people might look at the 5 drop and be like, that's clearly a more powerful card than the camel. The 5 drop slot is a slot that will be a little bit more populated, even though you only want a little bit of it. Keep in mind that the only red card in the pack did come back to us, so that is worth noting. We're going to take these walls. Here we're going to take the camel. Over a second wall, and over a wall. Here I think we'll take the Gift of Strength over the Steadfast Sentinel. Steadfast Sentinel is just not impressive. We'd be fine with maybe 1, which we pick up here. And once again, we want, like in a deck like this, we want lower drops more than higher drops. And so the tricks go well with the lower drops. It's actually a deck where we wouldn't mind like a couple of the 1 drops just because with the double appeal to authority. But we really wanted something with Exert. All these cards are great. Not for our deck though. Catcher's Avenger is the card that we want. Low drop with Exert. Perfect. Kind of hope one of these 5 drops comes back around, which they probably will. Foil Full Art Swamp is also pretty nice. If this were an in-person draft, that's what I would snap pick up. But online, it's like still kind of exciting, but not super exciting, so we're just going to take the Catcher's Avenger. Ooh, Mirage Mirror. I do like me a Mirage Mirror. It's between Mirage Mirror and Desert of the True. That's not Supreme Will's art. Almost all my art is fixed, just for a couple. Now we're going to take this Mirage Mirror. One of these 3 cards should... maybe not, just because it's the only green card, the only white card, and I guess the other only white card. So it's actually very possible that we don't get something back from this pack, but we'll take the Mirage Mirror. Hour of Glory is an interesting consideration to splash here. I think we're just going to be taking the desert. Unfortunate. Between the desert, a meh 3 drop, and a meh 4 drop. Like, this 4 drop is good, but not necessarily for our deck. Well, we do have the Exert synergy with Vizier of the True. This just becomes tap, Exert, tap a creature. Could be a thing. We're going to take the desert, though. A desert or a 5 drop here? Desert or 5 drop? I think it's just going to be desert. In these drafts, we tend to get enough playables that having the desert's just so much upside. Want the hostile desert? This is a hostile desert deck. I think we just want the creature here. I didn't see the creature at first, so that's why I was going for it, because I'm just like, oh, the only playable thing here is Traveler's Amulet, but we have a creature that can just go in our deck, our desert deck, which this creature likes deserts. Desert creature. Solitary Camel. Steward of Solidarity. Solidarity, not solitary. This is lonely. This is not lonely. This is a different word. So ignore the first thing that I said throughout the draft. Show me something. Show me just like a solid creature. Do we have any zombies? There's also a foil full art mountain, which I might actually take here. We should just take the frilled sandwalla. We don't have any zombies. We have a zombie. Do I want this full art mountain? Are full arts actually worth anything online? I don't think they are. I don't think it's like human food. We should take either this 1-drop or this 2-drop. Kind of sad. I do love unconventional tactics. I think it's a very powerful card and should not be seen this late, but we have no zombies to really help with it. And I don't think I like these 1-drops or 2-drops enough to take over this foil full art mountain. Yeah. Don't do that at home, kids. I just did it at home. I have yet to actually cast this card, so we're going to try it out. This deck is kind of a deck that wants tricks. This is great against like an overcome, against like, well, given that we're not playing our pod, we can't really say like, hey, we passed 2 overcomes, the card is great against it, but we'll find out. That card is solid, both early and late game card. Kind of exactly what we're looking for. Nothing for us. This doesn't look like it's going to be a Beneath the Sand deck. It doesn't look like we're going to be ever casting this. We're just going to take the full art foil. As we guessed, nothing really came for us in this deck. We're going to take this card just as a potential we need playables, which is currently looking like we might need some playables. Because we wasted a pick on instead of on a 1 or 2 drop like we should have picked up, we wasted it on a foil full art mountain. Don't do that. It's not worth it. Not on Magic Online. Yeah, it might be worth it. We'll find out. This past weekend I went to the local Renaissance Fair, and Sirena, which is a trio of it's a musical trio that's all of their songs are based on sirens, or like the story of sirens, and it's absolutely beautiful music. If you ever get a chance to see them, would recommend. Lovely music. Alright, here we'll actually take the Hostile Desert, because our deck is actually looking like we might actually be able to activate it. We do have 3 cards that care about 3 cards that care about deserts, and Cast Out versus Exemplar Strength. I don't even remember what my Andom was going to be about after seeing this. Oh my, what do we want here? It's probably just a Cast Out. But like Exemplar Strength is kind of exactly the card that we're looking for here. We also have no removal, so I guess Cast Out. I guess Cast Out, he says. Ooh, Ronus's Monument. We need creatures. We need non-Grave Abomination creatures. It's probably just the Kudu here. Let's take the Kudu, hope the Monument comes back around? Or do we take the Monument hoping the Kudu comes back around? I think we take the Kudu hoping the Monument comes back around. Because the Monument is not important for our deck, but having a creature is important for our deck. Trial Strength is pretty good. Now if we see green or... Well, green Trial we're probably picking up regardless. But now white Trial is a little bit higher. White Trial is also just a creature for us, which is not worth nothing. We could also make Mirage Mirror a copy of the Trial, then pay a cartouche to then bounce the Mirage Mirror to our hand. Don't do that, it's non-synergy. Probably just take this Greater Sandworm here, or this Impeccable Timing. Like, there's not really a world where we're casting Greater Sandworm ever. Anointer Priest is just an exciting sort of. We just need a couple more playables. We're probably playing one of these stupid 3-1s. We shouldn't have taken the Full Art Mountain. We should have taken the Sandwalla. I'm actually shocked we haven't seen that much green, because green was kind of coming, I believe, relatively late pack 1. So I'm shocked we haven't seen like a Hooded Brawler or something like that. We would love like a Bitterblade Warrior. In fact, I'm pretty sure Bitterblade Warrior is like, well, hey! You also wouldn't even hate a Sacred Cat. But yeah, give me another Bitterblade Warrior. Let's just keep talking about Bitterblade Warrior and maybe they'll come. I also wouldn't mind a Hooded Brawler. Hooded Brawler, Bitterblade Warrior. Pax, listen to me. Listen to your friend. Listen to me. Bitterblade Warrior. Bitterblade Warrior. Please. Please. I'll also take a Prepare to Fight. If that rare wants to come this late. Call shot Prepare to Fight. Like 6 pick. A pack. Come on. I believe in you. You might not believe in you, but I believe in you. I don't believe in me. Nothing. I'll take the Sacred Cat. Sacred Cat is fine in terms of we just want a quantity of creatures. We can pump it with this. And if we had drafted the unconventional tactics, that actually would work. We'll actually take this for Sync the World Lead and probably play it. Yeah. Take this 2-drop, because it's a 2-drop. Ooh, or take this 3-drop, because it has better stats. Better stretch with 3 drops, or flexibility with the 2-drop, 4-drop. We just want better stretch. We saw a couple of these coming around, so Kudu will take and instantly regret our pick of taking the 3-drop, and then we get the 2-drop anyway, so we're fine with it. And then we'll take this foil uncommon, because it's foil uncommon. And then I'll take this 2-drop, and then now just be happy that we took the thing, and then we'll take this 3-drop and be happy about the thing. And then we'll take this non-land card that'll appear right here. Non-land card appearing right here any minute now. It's probably going to be Prepare to Fight. Watch it be like a bad desert and have it be a land card and just like punish me for saying non-land card. But, you know, things and stuff. Or it'll just not show up ever. And that can happen. And I'm also kidding, we're going to end up taking a land card because it's full art. Hey, 2 full arts. We won the land draft here. Go us. Let's build a deck. Alright, all these deserts getting in. Including the... Nah. Do we want this just because it says desert? I don't think so. We have 3 cards to care about desert. Alright, well, what aren't we playing? Because we need to make some cuts, which is good, because that means that we're not bringing in the We're now bringing in the 3/1s. Ooh, and actually it looks like we're going to be cutting creatures. Alright, this is a creature. Forsake the World we might leave. Maybe Greater Sandworm. It's probably a 16 land deck because of the Lava Land cycle. Well, that actually implies that we want a 17 land deck if a Lava Land cycle. So let's see. Sacred Cat is looking weak. Anointed Priest is looking weak. It's probably Flash Cat. Flash Cat's probably not important for our deck. And we are stacked on 3. It's probably just cutting this 3-drop. Maybe one of these 2-drops. I think I actually like cutting Sacred Cat over. Yeah, I think I like cutting Sacred Cat over 2-drops. Again, these do stack well. Just gonna be playing a 1/3 and a 3/1 in the same deck. Seems good. Might just be Greater Sandworm. Then again, given that we're only running 2 of these expensive cards, it's nice to have a little bit of flood insurance. I do like the wall just because we do have a decent amount of deserts. It's a creature that sticks around, which just gives us a massive amount of creatures for appeal. Could be Forsake. I think we actually will sideboard Forsake the Worldly until we see something. And I'd just be cutting another 3. I think we just want to cut one of our 2-drops. I think we just want to cut the Sacred Cat. We just want to cut this Anointed Priest. I think we're just going to cut this Sacred Anointed Priest. Those who serve true. Kind of want to know what this deck would be like. Oh, we would have had what? Kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zombies. Why can't you be a zombie, Campbell? I think it's between the Gift of Strength, the Greater Sandworm, and Anointed Priest, and the Cat. I think I like the Gift of Strength as an instant speed trick. I think I like the Greater Sandworm as just like our second late game answer. And I think I like Cat more than the Priest. I think that's actually a lie, because we only have the one thing that actually works with it. So yeah, we'll cut the Cat. I'll play 16 lands. Gonna play... I think with 4 things that care about desert, we will play the encampment. We do have a couple... We're basically just playing as a colorless land that, like, we can use things to use. We do want more white thing. Well, yes. So it's good. Yeah, 7/7/2. All right. This is a deck of Magic cards. I think this deck is actually fine. Like, we just want to try and curve out with creatures and then appeal to authorities. And like, this is what will try and win us games. We kind of wish we had a fight card, or just some more removal than just a cast out. But we'll see. Let's see if we're on one.